Welcome. After watching this video, you'll get a good sense of my battle-tested approach to doing a yearly or perhaps monthly review of everything that you've got going on in order to set yourself on the right path again. So for this walkthrough, we're going to be using a piece I've put onto my coaching website under my coaching corner. This piece is titled Focus Area Review, as you'd imagine, and we're going to walk through everything you need to do as part of that to get things in the right place for you. This process today, I'm going to guide you through the way to do it with paper and pen. I also recommend, if you are interested in using Notions to get my Getting Things Done with Notion template, and you can do the review using that tool as well. So let's get into it. The first step in the process is to capture your aims, really to get the things out of your head that you hope to achieve over the course of the next year or month, or as the period you're doing this review. And that basically means getting paper, sheets of paper, pen, get those on a desk or a table in front of you, and get ready to get everything out of your head. The idea here is to just start writing them down, list them down, and don't get too worried about trying to do too much with it or what it really means at this point. Just get the aims down to on a piece of paper. If you're using the Notion template, you can see here what you want to do is go to the review and reflect stage of the template, and under the Actions Center, open that up, and you've got the ability to immediately create tasks, projects, or portfolios. Use the tasks for something, the simple one-step thing that you need to get done. An aim, use a project, create project for aims which are more complex. And if it's a multi-stage goal, if you like, or multiple projects, create a portfolio for it. So now you're capturing your aims. And if you need more time, you could pause the video now and then come back to me when you're done. The next step, step 2, is to build a wheel of your life using your focus areas. This is basically done on a piece of paper. And what you're going to do is you're going to draw out a big circle, and you're going to divide that circle into segments or quadrants. And what we're going to do now is we're going to work around the circle and isolate or write in the areas of your life that are important to you. As you can see, there's some examples here on the screen: family, friends, health, well-being, finances, career and business, adventure, travel, community, learning, creativity, whatever else might be in that space. If you haven't got enough segments, you can create another wheel as well, or you could divide some of the segments. It's not as important. Its main thing is to have them all listed there. If you're using the Notion template, you go to the review and reflect area. And you, under that area, basically make sure that a list of focus areas is up to date with all the areas that you want to focus on. So once again, stop the video if you need more time to capture all the focus areas in your life. Right, now we move on to step 3, which is alignment. And the idea is to get a sense of where you are right now with these focus areas, with this wheel of life. So what you do with this is you look at each individual segment, each individual focus area, and you're going to ask yourself a question in terms of where the thing is at for you right now. And you're going to give it a score between 1 and 10. The idea is that 1 would be this is not very aligned for you. It's not where you want it to be. It's nowhere near complete if it's something you want to get done and so forth. It doesn't have the projects within it are not done. They're not complete or not even started. A 10 would be where this is really where you need it to be. It's absolutely everything is working really well. You're got a full alignment with the things you're doing to maintain this aspect of your life. So what I want you to do is you work your way through the focus areas, work your way around the wheel, and think about each of those and give them a score. And if you've written the focus areas within the segments, you could put the score on the just near the edge of the segment, so that you've got an easy view of all the scores as you work your way around the wheel. If you're using the Notions template, I want you to scroll down to the bottom below the focus areas, and you can see there's a wheel of sorts there, and there's a table also. The table should now have listed all your focus areas, and you'll have the ability to score them. So put a number between 1 and 10 in the alignment score column for each of those focus areas. Once more, stop the video if you need to, and complete this process. Okay, now we're on to step 4. And this is basically turning those insights into action using the scaling questions process. So what we're going to do is we're going to work through each of the focus areas, the scores you've given them particularly, and we're going to use a specific process. So what I want you to do is pick any of them to start with. Let's say you've picked health and you've given yourself a score of 5 for health. So what you're going to do is you're going to ask yourself, what makes this a 5 and not a, say, 3? Basically, you halve it. So what makes this a 5 and not a 3? And the idea would be either next to on the wheel, if you like, or a separate piece of paper, just write down some of those reasons, or think about one of those reasons that make it a 5 and not a 3, or speak them out loud so you get them clear in your mind. When you've done a bit of that, I want you to move on to the next step. The next step is to think about a score higher than you've got, slightly higher, say let's say 7. So for this example, health, if you've scored 5, you'd maybe ask yourself, what would make this, bring this to a 7? And the idea here is to think about the actions you can take, what was within your control to do something about, to bring this closer to where you want it to be. So these things that you come up with, these are going to be projects that you're going to list, you're going to add to the aims list that you created at the start of the process. So do that now for each of the focus areas. And you might come up with 1 or 2 aims that you can add onto your list for each of the focus areas. If you're using the Notion template, what I want you to do is I want you to go again to the Action Center and use the capture buttons there for task, create project, and the create bucket. So obviously, if the thing that you come up with against your focus area is a simple task, use the create task button. If it's more complex, it's got multiple steps, use the create project button. And if it's a goal, a multi-complex series of projects, click the create bucket button and then choose portfolio. So work your way through the focus areas now, doing the scaling question process for each of the focus areas. Pause the video and come back to me when you're done. Okay, now we're on to step 5. And step 5 is an optional process, but it's probably quite important for projects, specifically complex projects, is to qualify them with the Getting Things Done natural planning model. Now, basically, this model is to ask yourself a series of questions and give each of the projects more detail. The questions are largely along the standard whys question. The first question being why? Why are you doing this? And give that an answer. The second question is, what is the outcome? What does success look like? The what answer to what this project will look like, the kind of the measures and the milestones they're going to need to be realized in order to achieve this. The fourth question is just to brainstorm what might be needed to actually move this forward. Perhaps in major tasks, major milestones, things you need to do. Just get those things out of your head. And the final thing is to organize some of that. Think about what's made the next thing that I need to do to move this forward. So you could use separate pieces of paper. You could do it on your wheel. You could use the aims list to add this extra detail. It doesn't matter as long as you start to bring this information forward. If you're using the Notion template, you would go to the Organize tab and start working through the list of new projects listed further down the page under Projects. So that really completes the process to do a focus area review. The idea now is you're going to have clarity in terms of what's important to you via the focus areas. You're going to have a list of aims, and you're going to have a list of qualified aims and some ideas of how you might get started with them. You've been watching and listening to me, Brad Allen. I'm a life coach with a no BS style and approach. You can find out all about what I do at bradallen.coach. Bye now.